How can I motivate myself? And that internal motivation, intrinsic motivation comes from the first force. Hi, I'm Dewdrop. Thank you for coming back to my channel. Before I proceed, I would like to address one question that we have received after the last episode. Are you trading now? Because I'm using the word MindPreneur? No, I don't trade. Don't be at all concerned about my identity. I'm the mindpreneur because I use my mind, and also I'm an entrepreneur who is trying to establish myself. For the last 15 years, I decided that I would keep on investing in myself so that I can become something. As such, today I'm a certified executive coach, certified team coach from Marshall Goldsmith. He's the #1 in executive coaching. I'm also a leadership coach, speaker and trainer from John Maxwell, the top company in leadership coaching and training. I'm also an NLP coach, trainer and master practitioner. I do emotional intelligence coaching. I'm a success coach. I'm a well-being coach. I'm also a mental fitness practitioner. So with these studies, whatever I have said, in addition to that, I have invested myself into learning and becoming an entrepreneurship coach. So I have done a program at Stanford. I have also done a program at Founder Institute. I've also done the entrepreneurship trainer program from Miri Project, Maldives. So whatever I am doing is all about coaching, training and speaking. I will not do anything else. So if you get any request from anyone about trading, asking to deposit $500 so that you can gain $20,000 at 10, no, that's not from me. Somebody might have an account that seems like it's my account, but be aware. Thank you for listening up to now, and let's come back to today's topic. Today I will be talking about energize, the energy we should be having in order to become a successful person, also become the mindpreneur. Why so? Now, last session we talked about your 65th birthday goal. So you know exactly what's your ideal self. What should you be getting up every day to work for? That ideal self you have established now. Now, there will be a moment as a human being. You will have negative thoughts. You will have low energy because of your physical conditions. Also, you will be having other things that is going like somebody might die in your family. One of your children might be sick, or you might be fighting with your husband. These are the kind of situations where you need somebody to boost you. So these are everyday situations we all encounter, isn't it? For me, I've been going through depression myself for a long time, but alhamdulillah, I have overcome it. And it's okay even if you're going through depression. It's okay even if you're going through anxiety attacks, panic attacks, whatever you're going through, I would say it's totally okay to go through it. It's okay even if you're going through a divorce or your child is in a terminal sickness. That doesn't matter, because what matters is your decision. I'm going to get up today and work towards becoming my ideal self. Is it something that you can relate? I'm sure these are the kind of things that is happening as well. Because in 2020, in the middle of the pandemic, I had to go through my second divorce and I had to move out. That time I didn't have a job. I had 2 kids. My younger son was in grade 10, about to sit for his O-level, and nothing in my bank account. So this is the kind of difficult and draining situations that we are or we can be in. But one thing that you have to make sure is that situation should not define who you can become. Your journey to reach your ideal self should not define this situation that you are in today. Why is it? Now, as a Muslim, we are told in the Quran that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created men in distress, in hardship. So that if I am going through this divorce, that means Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created that situation for me. Of course, there will be my decisions that has led to this problem, but again, it's because of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala way of creating the nature, the surroundings, environment for us, so that we become better Muslims. We remember Him more. We turn towards Him and ask Him to guide us, to support us in our journey. We have to attach only to Him. So that's what the troubles are, the challenges are. But that does not mean that we shouldn't be looking towards getting into our ideal self, isn't it? If you don't have that ideal self, you could not fight with these demons that happen every day. So you can't fight. So in order to be energized, let me give you 5 things that you could do. Ensure that you have your ideal self established. By now, if you have not established, you can always go back to the last video and identify, think about the questions I have discussed in the video to create and come up with your ideal self. If you have your ideal self established, that means you have a reason that you to get up every morning and push you through, even in difficult situation. So your ideal self created, you have reason for existence, isn't it? And the other thing that you could do is, you have to be mindful to take care of your body. Initially, it should be your body. And the 4th step is about taking care of your mind, your brain, isn't it? Now, this brain is the most powerful organ in your body. But if you don't take care of it, it will create the chaos in your system as well. So in order to understand, in order to be motivated, energized, you have to understand parts of the brain and how it functions. Let me give an example. This small dot that you see in the center of this brain, it's called the amygdala. Usually it's the fight or flight control system in your brain. It's a small organ at the center, very center. But if you are not careful about how you handle the thoughts, you will get angry out of nowhere. You will be upset or pissed off at the center of a meeting. Also, you might be very much energized and pushing through a project. Somebody says a statement and then you might get irritated and you might throw everything and then just give up on the project. So it's very important for you to take care of this small part of your brain called the amygdala. In order to take care of that amygdala, there are certain activities we do in our coaching sessions. And the final item on your energized list is for you to have an understanding. If you are looking for an outside motivation, that means if you are looking for your husband, your brother, your sister or your child to be your motivator, they might be motivating you for a period of time, but not always. So you have to ask yourself, how can I motivate myself? And that internal motivation, intrinsic motivation comes from the first 4 steps. What were the first 4 steps? First, it was you having an ideal self. The second one, that ideal self gives you a reason to get up from your bed every day. The third one, you take care of your physical body. The 4th one, you take care of your mental body. And then the 5th one is your understanding. It should be the intrinsic motivation, your drive that comes from within. That means your drive comes from within. Let me give you an example of an egg. I heard this example from Jim Quick. He is the brain expert who trains about our brain, how it functions. And he said, if an egg is cracked from outside, what would happen? Let's think about it. Just break an egg. What would you do with that cracked egg? You usually would make an omelette, isn't it? But let's think about the flip side of it. If the egg is broken from inside, what happens? Can you answer that question? If the egg is broken from inside, what happens? Well, if the egg is broken from inside, that means a little chick is pecking, and it is breaking open. So therefore, a life is coming. That should be your energy. That should be your drive. That should be your motivation. And if you can hold on to this belief, that motivation should be coming from within me, you will be able to have that energy. Wherever, whatever your challenges are, you can still keep on fighting because you know what you want. You can motivate yourself through your ideal self, your reasons for getting up from your bed, and also taking care of your physical body, taking care of your mental body. Can you relate to these things that I'm talking here about the energy? Now, in order to become a successful person, in order to create your first $5,000, it's really difficult because initially you don't know anything. More than that, like you might know things, but you might think, oh, I don't know anything. Or or you will say, what will they say about me? So you will be thinking about them, not about you. So these kind of limiting beliefs, you have to crush these limiting beliefs so that you can become someone. So making the first $5,000 might be a little bit difficult, but once you make that $5,000, you would realize that from $5,000 to $20,000, it takes equal amount of effort. So you just have to strategize. That's what I did. I made my first $5,000 within a 3-month span at the end of 2021 in December. So it was like November, I started working on this $5,000. December, January, February. By the end of February, I had $5,000 in my bank account, and I kept on pushing myself. And last year, in 2023, for the last 100 days, I created a target to earn $20,000 in 100 days. Through what? Through my coaching, speaking and training business, not through trading. Okay, don't relate me with the trading, but it's through my coaching, training and speaking business. And this year I've committed to make $80,000. I have my reasons. What is the reason? I know my ideal self. I want to travel around the world on my 65th birthday. And while I travel in the world, what's the special thing about traveling around the world? Well, you should be paying for my traveling. I don't want to spend from my bank account, but people should be paying for me for my traveling. That's my ideal self. And then my reasons for existence. Why am I getting up from the bed? And why am I pushing? My 2 kids. I'll do anything for them. For the last 14 years, without the support from their dad, Alhamdulillah, I have tried my best to be their support, strength, their peace, and their comfort, everything. So that's my reason for existence. The reason that I keep coming back. And then I kept on pushing myself, taking care of my body. In 2019, I even ran a half marathon. At this moment, I am a little bit oversized. I am obese, but I'm still trying to work on it. Due to a difficult, challenging situation where I went into pregnancy and I lost my baby, but at the same time, I lost my fallopian tube as well, where I ran into a hormonal imbalance. So these things happen in our life, but these things shouldn't define. And then the third thing is about taking care of my mental health, taking care of my brain especially. So whenever a negative thought comes to me, I will ask the thought, why are you here? I will sometimes embrace the thought and I'll let the thought pass through me so that I can be peaceful. I can live with peace. These are the techniques that I have learned for the last 14 years. And these are the techniques that I teach in my programs as well. The 5th one is am I breaking the egg from inside or outside? Definitely I'm breaking it from the inside. Because there is a famous book by Mel Robbins. She says, whenever you feel demotivated, start counting 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 and take action. So I want you to test it. Also, she says, her book High Five Habit, she says in the morning, you get up, you stand in front of the mirror and you give a high five to yourself. So I want you to try these things. And together, we can help you and me together, you can earn $20,000 or even lesser if you are starting new, and I can earn my $80,000. It's a win-win situation, isn't it? So if you like the video, please like it, share with your friends, also subscribe to my channel so that I can allocate my time into growing this channel. Thank you very much. I love you all.